Have you struggled to stay consistent with your quiet time with God? Maybe you start a Bible plan or a devotional and you stay with it for a few days or weeks and then drift off until it feels like you're just ticking a box. I'm Bev Jessup and I help Christian emptiness women move from feeling overwhelmed, distant from God and unsure of their creative voice to a life of peace, purpose and vibrant faith through my spirit-led sketch method that blends simple Bible study, art journaling and prayerful creativity. I'm on a mission to go through the Gospel of Matthew chapter by chapter, and in each video you'll watch me illustrate the chapter in watercolour while I share reflective questions and ask you creative spirit-led questions so that you can paint, pray and journal along with me. If you haven't seen previous chapters yet, please subscribe to the channel and tap the bell notification so that you won't miss any future episodes. And let's get on to this journey step by step. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from chapter 8, Matthew chapter 8 from the New Living Translation, and you can follow along and or you can just listen. So let's get to it. When Jesus came down from the mountainside, large crowds followed him. A man with leprosy came and knelt before him and said, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said. "Be clean." Immediately he was cleansed of his leprosy. Then Jesus said to him, "See that you don't tell anyone, but go and show yourself to the priest and offer the gift Moses commanded as a testimony to them." When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly." Jesus said to him, "Shall I come and heal him?" The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and that one, 'Come,' and he comes. I say to this servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed, and he said to those following him, "Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such a great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." When Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, let it be done just as you believed it would," and his servant was healed at that moment. When Jesus came into Peter's house, he saw Peter's mother-in-law lying in bed with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her, and he got up and began to wait on him. When evening came, many who were demon-possessed were brought to him, and he drove out spirits with a word and healed all the sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. "He took up our infirmities and bore us our diseases." When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross the other side of the lake. Then the teacher of the law came to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." Another disciple said to him, Lord, let me go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. Then he got into the boat and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him and said, Lord, save us. We're going to drown. Jesus replied, You of little faith, why are you so afraid? And then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The man was amazed and asked, What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him. When he arrived at the other side, in the region of Gadarenes, two demon-possessed men coming from the tombs met him. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. What do you want with us, Son of God? They shouted. Have you come to torture us before the appointed time? Some distance from them, a large herd of pigs was feeding. The demons begged Jesus, If you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs. He said to them, Go. So they came out and went into the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town and reported all this, including what had happened to the demon-possessed man. Then the whole town went out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they pleaded with him to leave their region. Okay, so we're now going to do a bit of painting to represent this chapter 7. So let's get to it. Before we move into the creative part with the pens and the watercolours, I'd love to invite you into something special. I've created a free 36-minute creative calm workshop at christianartjournaling.com/free workshop. Inside you'll discover a spirit-led 3-step framework to hear God's voice creatively. Learn how to release anxiety with simple watercolour and scripture, and create a page you'll love even if you think you can't draw. It's the perfect next step after reflecting on today's Bible reading. Just click the link in the description to watch it anytime. Now let's get to our colours and start creating together. Begin by wetting the entire sheet with clean water. Drop in deep indigo, ultramarine and touches of plain grey. Let the pigments swirl to form layered waves and a turbulent night sky. Keep the centre area lighter. This will become the glowing break of light. Matthew 8 is full of action. Jesus heals lepers and servants, calms raging seas, and casts out demons. And as these colours mingle, feel the drama and the urgency of his power. And I want you to reflect which miracle in this chapter speaks most to a need in your life or someone you love. Now load your brush with richer blue and guide sweeping arcs outward from the centre, building depth and motion. And as the storm deepens, remember the terrified disciples who woke Jesus crying, Lord, save us. Where is Jesus inviting you to trust his authority over fear? Now with a soft mix of yellow ochre and a touch of white gouache, paint the warm glow breaking through the storm. Drop in the silhouette of the small fishing boat with a fine brush or with a black washable ink pen. Jesus challenges a would-be follower,
Foxes have dens, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. He calls us beyond comfort and routine. So I want you to think about, what comfort or routine might you be clinging to instead of following him fully? Strengthen shadows with indigo and violet, letting colours bleed with natural ripples. Flick clean water or white Posca pen to create sea spray. And throughout Matthew 8, Jesus reaches out and touches, healing a leper, lifting Peter's mother-in-law, and restoring life. How can you extend his compassionate touch to someone today? Outline the boat's crossmast with a fine Posca pen and add subtle stars or glimmers of light around the calm centre. Step back and feel the contrast. Violent waves surrounding a calm, golden calm. When the disciples marvelled, even the winds and waves obey him, they witnessed. They witnessed God's power to quiet every storm. So I want you to reflect, where have you seen God calming or bringing calm to your own storms? And as the paint dries, let the truth settle. The same Jesus who calmed Galilee's waves still speaks peace over our deepest fears today. So you might want to add some short lettering phrases like peace, be still, safe in his presence, faith over fear.
There you have it, chapter 8. We went through chapter 8 in a creative way. Time with the word blessed you, then you might like to go a little bit deeper with the workbook study guide, which is up here, and I've left the link down in the description. It pairs up beautifully with every video in this series, and you'll find that link down below. So if you are longing for more than just a single video and you want to join a community of like a global sisterhood of women who love joining their creativity with their faith, then come and join us in the Creative Sanctuary. We have Bible studies, live co-creates, and as I said, the community that come together to paint and to pray and to just grow together each week. So all the links are right below, and all the tools and things like that I use are down below as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to watch the previous chapters, you'll see the videos up here somewhere. And I can't wait for you to meet all the people in the Creative Sanctuary and see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.